Turning something as simple as reading a book into a cinematic story using just your phone may sound complicated, but it's way simpler than you think. In this video, I'll take you behind the scenes and recreate the reel that many of you loved on Instagram.
I know sometimes life can be tough, and you feel like you just had enough.
I'm Neeraj, and what you guys just saw was shot using an iPhone 14's native camera app and just one light. So stick around till the end, and I promise you that you'll walk away with some simple but super powerful ideas that will change the way you look at visual storytelling. So talking about the equipments that we are using, it's the Nanlite FS60B with the softbox and a grid to make sure that the light doesn't spread. And then we have the Skywick stand right here for my phone and the iPhone 14. I'm going to link all the products in the description below, so check them out. So talking about the shoot, the first thing that we need to make sure is to block all the other light sources that are coming in and use just the equipment to light up our scene. So we're going to turn off the light. That's not the switch. So we're going to turn off the light. Now for the first shot, we're going to focus on just this part right here and me trying to pick up the book that I want to read. So if you notice, the light source is actually seen in the video right there on my phone. So what we're going to do is move the light source out of the frame. I'm going to place it on the bed right here. And I'm going to make sure that the light is not hitting the background. Now, if you notice, I'm using the light as a backlight and shooting from the opposite side. Now, I've already adjusted the height of this. And how did I do that? Because I'm shooting all alone, I measure my height right here. So it's about this much. And then I look at the frame and set it accordingly. The light is still seen in the frame. I'm going to still move it a little back to make sure it's not in the frame. And now, setting up the focus. I'm going to long press on the books because I'm going to stand right in front of the books and adjust the exposure, bring it a little down. So the first shot, move my fingers around all the books, trying to decide which one do I want to pick. Now the second shot is going to be a close-up of these books. Keep in mind that there has to be continuation. So every shot has to be connected to each other. Now we're going to move the camera closer to the books. I'm not going to move the light. It is still there. Bring down the exposure, move my fingers again and pick one of the books and pull it out. Now for the third shot, we have to place the camera behind the books. This can be a little tricky, so I'm going to make it easy for you. Now, when you place the phone behind the books, how do you set the focus? So here's how I actually set the focus while I'm not looking at the screen. So say I'm going to place the phone right here behind the books, right? So I'm going to stand right here, place my hand. This is how far the camera is going to be placed. So now to set the focus, I'm going to use this as the focus point. So I'm going to place my phone at my arm's length that I measured earlier. Long press, focus, and adjust the exposure. For this shot, I'm going to move the light so that the light is actually focused on my face. So now I stand at the arm's length, pick up the book. Now, I'm just gonna check my video. Yes, I got it right and it's good to go. But if it was too bright or too low, I would have shot it again. It takes a little bit of practice. If you keep doing it, you'll understand how it works. Now the next shot is over the shoulder, where I'm gonna show the book cover and a little bit of my shoulder using the rule of thirds. Because I'm shooting alone, it can be a little tricky. The book should be placed on the left side. This is where I'm gonna place the book. I'm gonna hold to focus, bring down the exposure, and place my hand where I want my shoulder to be. And go stand exactly there. So the next shot is me sitting on the bed right there. So for that, because I'm shooting from the shadow side, I'm going to place my camera right here. And for that, I have to move the light to the other side. And again, I'm shooting from the shadow side. Keep that in mind. That's very important. Now I'm going to sit right here and just measure the height so that I can adjust the height of my camera. So approximately this is how high my head is. So I'm going to place the pillow right where I'm going to sit and frame the shot accordingly. Now I'm going to long press and focus on the pillow. Bring the exposure down a little bit. Now the next shot is from a top angle while I'm sitting on the bed. So I just adjust the tripod a little bit. Move the camera down. This is how I'm going to set the focus. It can be a little tricky in the start, but you'll get the hang of it. So say I'm sitting right here. I hold the book using the rule of thirds. Yes, got it. Long press on the book. Adjust the exposure and start recording. So I'm going to try not to move the book a lot. Just keep it here and just move here. Hopefully I'm getting the shot. Let's check if we got the shot. That's perfect. We got it. Keep in mind, patience is the whole game. If you don't get it, you have to do it again, especially while you're shooting all alone. If you have someone else sitting there, it's way easier to shoot all that stuff. For this shot, the book is gonna be in the foreground. I'm gonna be in focus. I think this should work. Now let's start recording. I place the book right here and I just look at the book. Close-up shot of book flipping the page. So this shot, again, can be a little tricky. We have to take a close-up shot of me flipping a page. For this, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to place the book as close as possible to the camera. I think that's exactly where I'm going to place it. Now long press and reduce the exposure a little bit. I'm also going to use my fingers or my hand to see how far the book is placed. When I sit right here, I again use my hand, 5 fingers it was, and this is exactly where I'm going to place the book. Yes. So I'm just going to flip the page. Now we need a mid shot of me holding the book and going through a sentence. For that, I'm gonna set my camera right here. And I think I'm gonna be in the center, exactly here. I'm gonna measure the height again. So approximately this much. Around, I think this much. I think that should work. And I'm gonna place the pillow right in the center to make sure that is where I'm gonna sit. A little this side, and now reduce the exposure and move the pillow aside. This is where exactly I'm gonna sit and act like I'm going through a sentence. Now that we got this shot, the next shot is of the main sentence from the book. Now I need a shot of a very important sentence from the book to make sure that I add some meaning or story to the video so that people take away something from the video. And here's the sentence. I frame it right and long press on the sentence and bring down the exposure a little bit. And now start recording and move my fingers across the sentence. Now the next shot is a mid shot of me realizing something after reading the sentence and closing the book and bringing a smile on my face. Remember, it's all about continuation. Now for the mid shot, I'm gonna place my camera right here, place the pillow where I wanna sit so that I can compose the shot correctly. Now long press on the pillow, bring down the exposure. Now move the pillow and sit exactly where the pillow was. Now I'm gonna place the camera right here. I want a wide shot of myself. I'm gonna place myself in the center right here. Long press on the pillow and bring down the exposure. I wanna make sure that this looks a little clean, so I'm gonna move these things away. Start recording. That's it. If you made it this far and found this video helpful, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more such videos.